The Dallas Mavericks are the most slept on team in the Western Conference this year. Now, I know the West is a bloodbath, but this is a squad. I love the D'Angelo Russell signing. They lucked out with Cooper Flagg, of course. Anthony Davis is still a top 10 player in the league. And then they have maybe the deepest bench in the league with guys like PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, maybe even Klay Thompson coming off the bench. Eventually, D'Lo once Kyrie comes back. This squad is loaded. First, though, I want to talk about AD because I think AD is maybe the most underappreciated player in the association right now. I know he only played 9 games last year in a Dallas Mavericks jersey, but he is really, really good at basketball, if you did not know. I think he's still a top 10 player in the league, but 7-footers with a 7'6" wingspan that can do everything a guard can do don't grow on trees. And of course, that comes from his unique skill set and unique story growing up, but he averaged 25.7 points a game last year, 12 rebounds, 3.4 assists, 1.2 steals, and 2.3 blocks, and absolutely went off in his debut in Dallas last year, going for 35 in 26 minutes, if I remember correctly, something ridiculous like that. The rim protection that Dallas is going to have as well between Davis, Gafford, and Lively is going to be stupid. He's even running some point guard here, finding PJ Washington, and he can run point guard when they have these jumbo lineups in with PJ Washington or Cooper Flagg at the 3, and then Daniel Gafford or Lively at the 5, and then AD at the 4/1. It's going to be dangerous. 56% shooting from the field last year, 28% from 3 on 3 attempts a game. I think Anthony Davis is going to solidify himself as a top 10 player in the league once more this season because there is now some growing doubt. As for D'Angelo Russell, I love the 2-year, $13 million deal that they got him on. I predicted this in the offseason, and I thought this was a phenomenal signing for the Mavericks. He averaged 12.6 points, 5.1 assists, and 2.8 rebounds in 27 minutes a game last year on 39% shooting from the field, 31% from 3 on 6.2 attempts. But remember, he got traded midseason, so that kind of threw everything off for him. It threw his consistency off from a day-to-day basis. It took everything, threw it away, right? So now he's back. Taking a look back to 2023-2024, he averaged 18 a game with 6 assists, 3 rebounds, and a steal on 46% shooting from the field and 42% from 3 on 6.5 attempts. That's phenomenal. That is extremely good. And the reason the Lakers fans didn't like him, he was expected to be the third option, making $18 million a year. Now he's going to be the starter for a little while, and then the backup point guard once Kyrie comes back, and he's only going to be making $6.5 million per year. This is what the bench unit is going to look like. D'Lo as the primary creator, and then Max Christie, PJ Washington, and Najee Marshall playing off him with Gafford down low. I think that's going to work out to perfection this season. And then, of course, the guy that everybody is looking at towards the Dallas Mavericks, Cooper Flagg himself. The 6'9" wing with a 7-foot wingspan who took over college basketball last year. Won every single award, was the best player on, in my opinion, the best team. I know they didn't win it all, but he averaged 19.2 points, 7.5 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 1.4 steals, and 1.4 blocks, leading Duke in every single category. Shot 48% from the field and 39% from 3 on 4 attempts. This is a true 3-level 6'9" scorer in college that shot 48% from the field and 39% from 3. And remember, against Notre Dame, he dropped 42, 7, and 6. A ridiculous night, which was obviously his season high, but the 3-ball was working, the mid-range was working, everything was working. But if he can develop this catch-and-shoot 3-ball, because coming out of high school, he wasn't the best shooter in the world, but at Duke, he leaned into a catch-and-shoot ability that he developed over the course of the season, knocking it down from the corner here, and then coming off the screen right here, off the dribble, knocking it down as well. And then I think his biggest strength is his mid-range, because he's 6'9" with the ability to elevate over people. Watch this Paulo Banchero-esque double jab get to his spot, Carmelo Anthony-esque right there in the mid-range, if you will. And then once again, getting to his spot, going up with the right and getting it to fall. And then right here, just self-creation. Off the isolation, getting to spots. It's too easy. College basketball is too easy for this man. I mean, 42 in 40 minutes? A ridiculous number. One of the better college basketball performances we've seen in quite some time. Rising up, getting to his right hand in the mid-range. He's just too big, too strong, too good for college basketball. He's also a really smart cutter. His basketball IQ is off the charts. Here he is flying down the lane for his signature dunk of this game. He had multiple signature dunks. His highlight reel from his freshman year is ridiculous, but he's also an elite defender. blocking Van Allen-Lubin right there, and then telling the crowd about it. Now he's going to get over the seal and get the volleyball spike against Jukaris, and then being able to recover and pin this one away. I mean, that's special right there. Gets beat back door, sees the pass, recovers, and erases it at the apex. That is special right there. And then gets the ball and starts going down the other way. Here against Clemson, coming over from the help side to get that block. And then once again against Syracuse, his perimeter defense being shown off here, gets the deflection and eventually the steal. And then Juke tries a spin move and he erases it once again and then stares him down. Just because, you know, he can. Because he's that good on the defensive side of the ball. He can guard 1 through 5 essentially. I mean, just watch this. This is special. He's going to come over from the weak side, get a deflection and then a block as well. This isn't even his help. This is Sion's help, and then Cooper is just supposed to tag it and get back. Instead, he deflects it and gets the block, and then the dig in, the closeout, and the rejection. I mean, that is everything all in one play. The dig in right here, good closeout, doesn't over close out, gets back off 2 feet, and is able to get the chase down block right here. That's ridiculous. I mean, there is maybe one other player, and I'd say Rasheer Fleming is the other guy in this draft class that can do that. And then Cooper Flagg is just ridiculous offensively. That's what their lineup could look like once Kyrie is back into the picture this year. And I mean, people are also, as much as they underrate AD, I think they're also underrating Kyrie Irving just because, you know, he's been out for a while and he's going to be out until January this year. He's getting up there in age, but he's still really good. 25 a game with almost 5 boards and 5 assists, 1.3 steals in 36 minutes a night. Those are really good numbers. 47% shooting from the field, 40% from 3 on 7.2 attempts. Now, I know, like I said, he's going to be 33 years old this year, but he is still in the prime of his career. I think this is probably the last year of his prime, something like that. Without Luka, he averaged 26.5 points, 5.2 rebounds, 4.2 assists, and 1.6 steals while shooting 45% from the field and 36% from beyond the arc on 7.5 attempts a game. Elite at driving into the paint, elite at getting to spots with the left right there, and then getting down with the right here. Yeah, he's the total package. But we've known this. We've known this for quite some time. And then you got Daniel Gafford, who they just bring back on a 3-year, $54 million deal. Between Gafford and Lively, they're going to have the paint locked up. That's the big thing with AD, is he wanted a true 5 to play alongside of him. Now they've got that with Daniel Gafford and with Derek Lively. 12.3 points, 6.8 rebounds, 1.4 assists, and 1.8 blocks in 22 minutes a game last year on 70% shooting from the field. Those are elite numbers from Mr. Gafford, and the per 36 numbers look even better. But like I said, there's going to be a true 5 on the court at all times around Anthony Davis, so he can focus on kind of playing free safety and then also going out and getting some blocks as well. Per 36, he averaged 20.5 points a game and 11.5 rebounds, as well as being an elite rim protector. On top of that, they also have Derek Lively, like I just said, who is a younger, maybe a little better version of Daniel Gafford. So they've got center covered. That's a ridiculous finish right there. They've got everything covered. I mean, Klay Thompson, we didn't even get to talk about him at the 2-guard spot, is going to be spacing the floor for all of these guys. I love their starting 5. I love their bench unit. Like I said, you know, maybe we see another leap from Max Christie. Maybe we see Najee Marshall once again if he can get back to his 3-point shooting. This is going to be a legit 10-man rotation of very, very quality NBA players. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.